I know you all are very excited after watching that apps teaser video that I released. Okay, so as I promised, from the moment you get started, within half an hour, your first app will be up and running. Alright, so the first app we're going to be working on is this text to speech with accelerometer sensor. Okay, and what this does is you are going to create a simple app with some text box, button, and using the sensor, okay, to provide some output to the user. Okay, so that is the screenshot of the app. Now let's get started. All right, okay, what you need to do is open up a browser. Okay, Chrome browsers and Firefox browsers are the ones that are reliable and work well with this platform. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to open up a browser and go to this URL over here, ai2.appinventor.mit.edu. Okay, ai2.appinventor.mit.edu. I need you to go to this link. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, and once you go there, it will ask you to sign in with your Google account. All right, so you need to have a Google account already set up. Okay, so I'm going to just key in my Google account. Okay, and next over here, okay, I'm going to key in my password. Okay, after keying a password, it's probably going to ask you for some authentication, okay, using your phone or whatever methods you have chosen. Okay, so once that is done, it will bring you to the agreement page. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so here we are in the agreement page. So in this page, basically you are agreeing to use this platform, okay, this app inventor platform. Okay, so you just need to scroll down all the way and click on accept the terms of service. Okay, once you click on that, you will come to the main page over here of the app inventor platform. There will usually be a pop-up window, okay, to update you of new releases or versions that they have sort of released to the community. Okay, you can just click on continue over here. Okay, and of course here they have some tutorials to get you started. Okay, don't need to worry about that as well. You can just click on close for now. Okay, and this is basically the starting or landing page. Okay, the moment you log into the app inventor platform. All right, now currently, as you can see, this whole space here is empty. Okay, and once you start creating apps using this platform, everything will be stored here on the cloud. Okay, basically everything is stored on the MIT App Inventors server, so you do not need to download anything, you don't need to install any software. And the best part is, since everything is online, okay, you can work on your apps anytime, anywhere. Okay, as long as you have access to a browser and the internet, then you can open up and log into your platform and you can start working on your apps. All right, so let's get started with our first project. Okay, and you're going to click on this button here that says start new project. Okay, let me zoom in a bit here. Start new project, and I'm going to call this project talk to me. Okay, it's going to be called talk to me, so click on OK. So once you have created a new project, you will come to this page here. Okay, so let's get a bit acquainted with this page over here, just to understand how things work. We will slowly learn a lot of things, okay, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview. On the left hand side here, okay, there are basically four main sort of columns here. On the left is the palette, where you can see all the components that you can integrate with your app. Okay, so the first one is, for example, user interface. Under user interface, you have buttons, images, labels, and so on. Then you have a layout to arrange the items on your screen. Okay, then you have things like media. If I want to use the sound recorder, I want to use the camera, and so on. Okay, so of course there are a lot of other things, okay, in terms of mapping, sensors, connectivity, and so on. We will be exploring all of this along the way. Okay, so I'm just giving you an overview. In the second column, okay, what you have is you have a sort of a view of how the layout will look like on the phone itself. Okay, of course, this just gives you an idea. You still need to look back at the actual phone to know how the layout actually is appearing for the user. Okay, but this gives you a very, very close resemblance to the actual user view. Okay, and at the same time there is also a selection here, okay, to look at the sizes that you want to create the apps for. Okay, but for now we will just keep it as phone size. And of course, whenever you add components, okay, from the palette to the viewer over here, you will also see them appearing on the components column over here. Okay, and for each of these components you can rename them, okay, which we will be doing. And at the same time, whenever you add new components, you will also see that for each component there are specific properties, okay, that we will also be able to configure according to our needs. Okay, currently there are no components except the main screen, so that is why you see a screen one over here. So this is about the screen itself. uh, Once we start adding component, you will see that you can actually be configuring the components as you are configuring the properties of the components as you add them onto the screen. Okay, so that gives you a very quick overview of the main screen. Okay, if you scroll all the way to the right, okay, there is two buttons at the top right hand corner here, designer and blocks. So this is what we call the designer view, because in this view we are going to be creating the user interface aspect. Once the user interface aspect is done, we will click on the other button over here called blocks. So when you click on the blocks, you'll come to another screen here, and this is where the coding or the programming is done. Okay, and the best part of this entire platform is it is all block based coding. Okay, so if you have learned something like Scratch before, you'll find that it's very, very easy, because it's very similar. Okay, it's all block based coding where you just need to drag and drop a bit of typing here and there to change some parameters or change some views of the text and so on. But other than that, it is very, very easy and straightforward. But of course, you need to learn how the blocks are going to interact with each other. Okay, so on the left hand side you can see that there are a lot of different functionalities that you can use. For example, if else statements, logic, and so on. Okay, and of course these are the basic functions, but as you add components from the designer, so if I want to click back, just now I was in the blocks view. If I want to go back to the earlier view, I click on the designer button. So when I click on the designer button, as I add components, those components or those functions associated with those components will also be added in the blocks view, okay, which is what we will be seeing soon. Okay, so this is basically the overview, okay, of how the app inventor platform looks like. And as I told you in the teaser video, you do not need any background knowledge in programming or coding. Anybody can get started immediately, okay, as long as you have access to your laptop and you have internet connectivity. Just get started. All right, so this is just the introduction video to make sure you have a feel of the environment. In the next video, we're going to get going with the first app that I mentioned, which is the Talk to Me. So we're going to start building this app in the next video. All right, so have some time to play around with the interface here just to get a feel, and then go on over to my next video and get started with the actual project. All right, thank you and see you soon.